Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Friday, August 30th, and we are going to be in chapter 10. We're starting with Ezekiel chapter 10. We're starting with verse 5. And remember that Ezekiel is once again seeing the things that he saw in chapter 1. And because of that, I don't have a whole lot of notes in front of me because I know you can go back to those videos starting on I want to say it's July 8th, that week of July 8th and those subsequent days. You're going to get a deep dive of what the things in this vision mean. So I didn't want to give you the information twice because you can go back and check that out. So Ezekiel 10:5 says, "And the sound of the wings of the cherubim was heard as far as the outer court, like the voice of God Almighty when he speaks." So it can be heard throughout the house of God. Nobody's missing this. Just like with Pentecost, everyone in the city knew that something significant had happened to the believers. It was a mighty rushing wind, and everyone's going, "What's going on?" Nobody's missing this. "And when he commanded the man clothed in linen, take fire from between the whirring wheels, from between the cherubim, he went in and stood beside a wheel. And a cherubim stretched out his hand, and between the cherubim to the fire that was between the cherubim, and took some of it and put it into the hands of the man clothed in linen, who took it out and went out. The cherubim appeared to have the form of a human hand under his wings." Okay, so we've got this man that's in linen. Now we've got to keep in mind the history of this man. He's got this writing kit around his waist. He was told to mark the people with that tav, which is in the shape of the cross, which is saying that these people are the ones that don't like the idolatry, and those people were passed off over from that destruction, and they were spared. Okay, we get to verse 9. "And I looked, and behold, there were 4 wheels beside the cherubim, one beside each cherub. And the appearance of the wheels were like sparkling beryl." To understand what beryl was all about, go back to those videos in early July. "And as for their appearance, the 4 had the same likeness, as if a wheel were within a wheel." And once again, this is all reflecting back to Ezekiel 1. He's back in that throne room seeing this vision again. "And when they went in any of the 4 directions, without turning as they went, but in whatever direction the front wheel faced, the others followed without turning as they went." Okay, so let's break this down. This is pointing out God's omnipresence. He can go in any direction he wants to go. He is everywhere at all times. He is seeing everything. He is aware of everything. We have to remember he's omniscient. He's all powerful. He's omnipresent. He's everywhere at every moment. And he's omniscient is all knowing. He's omnipresent. He's everywhere, and he's omnipotent. He is all powerful. Verse 12. "And their whole body, their rims and their spokes, their wings and their wheels were full of eyes, seeing everything all around. The wheels that the 4 of them had, as for the wheels, they were called in my hearing the whirling wheels. And every one had 4 faces. The first face was the face of the cherub. The second face was a human. The third face was of a lion. And the 4th face was of an eagle. The cherubim mounted up, and these were the living creatures that I saw by the Chebar Canal." Once again, we've got to keep in mind, all of that is explained back in July 8th and those following videos. Verse 16, "And when the cherubim went up, the wheels went beside them. And when the cherubim lifted up their wings to mount up from the earth, the wheels did not turn from beside them. When they stood still, these stood still, and when they mounted up, these mounted up with them. For the spirit of the living creatures was in them." God is moving these living creatures, and he's moving them for a very exact purpose. And we'll find out more about that on Monday. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.